Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Orange Slice, the podcast of OSU-OKC. I'm Matthew Price. I'm here today with Jacqui Richardson, the graduation coordinator here for the campus, because we have come up pretty soon the graduation and transfer fair, which is a really big deal. And, of course, that all leads into graduation. So we'll talk about all of that today. But first off, coming up soon, coming up in early March, graduation and transfer fair. Tell us what's going on there and what people can expect.
March 5th, outside the bookstore on the second floor of the Student Center, we will have 11 different schools there for people who want to transfer out for a bachelor's degree. We are going to have our caps and gowns on sale in the bookstore so that students can purchase them at that point right up until the day of graduation. They will remain there. I'm going to be there so that if students have any questions about their graduation application, about the whole process, it's a one-stop shop to get everything answered about their graduation.
All right, so if you're thinking, I'm planning on walking across the stage in May, it's a good place to hit up and figure out, are you really ready?
Absolutely.
Okay, what is the most common thing that maybe people forget or aren't aware of at this point in the process?
Honestly, it's to apply for graduation.
Okay.
A lot of students don't know that to physically get a diploma to them at the end of the semester, they have to submit a graduation application, whether they want to walk across the stage or not. I need that piece of paper to give them a piece of paper.
Okay, so you just go to our website, which I think is /graduation, and there'll be a place there for them to apply and put that information in.
It's actually where students go to enroll in classes. It's in their self-service portal.
Oh, hey, even easier, right?
Under students, it's third from the bottom, and it will say apply for graduation. And what they have to do, they go through a survey process first, click the done button, and then they move on to the application.
Okay, very good. And then you're going through all that, making sure there's not something missing, that sort of thing.
Yep, make sure that they've got all the credit hours they need, that every major requirement is fulfilled. If they're bachelor's seeking, there's a few more requirements I have to check for them. We always recommend that students actually meet with their advisor before they apply for graduation. That way, I'm not having to reach out to the student and say, by the way, did you know that you're missing this?
Right, because you're kind of running out of time. You've got a few 8-week things I guess you can do if you were in a jam, but you're running out of time.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. And so a lot of students will transfer. They'll get their 2 years here and they'll transfer.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've got a lot of schools, area schools, I guess, setting up to help them ease that process.
We do. We have Stillwater's come in, UCO, OU, Grand Canyon University, MACU's coming this year, Cameron's coming this year. So we've got a lot of good schools coming up to talk to our students.
All right, so if you're finishing up and you're still figuring out where you're transferring to, if you were going on to a 4-year, then these are some good options to ask a lot of questions, find out where the best fit might be for you, also what the best fit for your cap and gown might be. You can do both of those things.
Yes.
At the same time. And are they doing photos? Are there photos available this year as well?
Yes, candid color photography will be there at the graduation fair. What they do is, since it's from 10 till 12:30, we're kind of cutting off the photograph line at noon, just to make sure that they have enough time to get everybody in their pictures. And what we do is we dress you up in your cap and gown. You'll sit there, you'll pose. And then they will send out a little link with your proofs once they're done. And typically that's for students who don't want to go to the ceremony for one reason or another, so that they can still get professional graduation pictures done.
Okay.
The other reason would be at the graduation ceremony, there's 2 quick pictures taken. One when you're holding your diploma cover before you go on the stage, one when you're shaking the hand crossing the stage. But that is literally snap, go, snap, go.
Right.
So the graduation fair is a good time if you think you're going to, maybe you're like me, and every picture turns out like a DUI mugshot.
You want a little more time to prepare yourself.
Yes, just sit and go, well, maybe we should do that one again.
Yeah. Okay.
So it just gives students another option to get those nice pictures
And I
done.
guess maybe you would get them in time if you want to use them for invites. I'm not sure.
Possibly, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool, because one thing that happens after the graduation and transfer fair is we do actually have graduation coming
We
up.
do.
As crazy as that seems, sooner than you'd think.
It is, and committee's already meeting. We're making decisions. We're organizing everything. It will be held on May 10th at the Gymnoric Arena from 6 p.m. till 8 p.m. In April, I'm going to start sending out emails to our students. Every week in April, you'll get another email with information on where to meet, tips and tricks of remember and hydrate, wear sensible shoes because you're going to be standing for at least an hour to an hour and a half before we even go into the arena.
Right.
We take care of our students very well during the ceremony. We don't let them out of our sight. We will line them up in their appropriate schools. We will lead them into the arena. We will lead them to their seat when it's time. We will lead them up to get their diploma cover, get them across the stage, and lead them back to their seat. So a lot of students get really nervous about that, but we take very good care of the students. There's nothing to be concerned about. All the students have to do
Can't
is
really screw up. You get there.
show up.
Yeah, you
Yep.
get there and you'll get walked through in a way that you won't be able to mess
yes,
it up.
don't
I
be late.
do notice a lot of our students are very creative, I think, and they put messages on their hats that are quite fun. Do you remember any particular fun messages you've seen? I feel like I've seen some nursing ones where they've got like the heartbeat or the
Syringe.
things up there. Yeah, different things to reflect their degree.
Yes, I've seen some toys on there, maybe some dinosaurs,
Okay.
and that was at another school for history majors. There was lots of dinosaurs on that guy's cap. But yeah, get creative if you're in construction and you want to put little JCB diggers on there, you go ahead.
There you go. So yeah, that's your space to be creative. It seems like we always have really creative students at graduation
Yes.
who are sharing something on the top of their cap. What's your favorite part of the graduation? Is it when it's happening, or is it in the lead up? What's your part that you enjoy the most?
I love seeing all the students arrive because everybody's so excited. All the instructors and faculty and staff, we're all so proud of the students, and there's an electricity in the air that you don't get just any day on campus. It only happens at graduation.
Yeah, it's like I mean, it is kind of like, I don't know, going to a wedding almost, but it's for a ton of people. So there is a lot of emotion, a lot of
Yes.
electricity, really, just among all these people that are celebrating something and that is quite an accomplishment. Really, it's to get through to get a 2-year or 4-year degree. It's you've had to prove that you can make it happen.
Yeah.
And a lot of our students are first gen, maybe haven't had anybody in their family that's done it before, so they're the first ones in their family. So again, I think it's an impressive milestone. One that I'm very glad that we're able to celebrate.
Yes.
Let's see. So procedure-wise, you kind of told them what they need to do as far as applying. Are there other things they need to be looking out for to be getting ready? Check
your emails all the time. Everything I'm going to send goes to the OK State email address. Keep checking that. Keep checking the spam folder because we don't want you to miss any of this information. Anytime your graduation status changes, you're going to get another email. And that could be, hey, you've been approved for graduation, or I've already contacted your advisor. We seem to be missing these requirements. It could be CLEP scores. It could be AP scores. And then at the end of the semester, I check everybody again, make sure everybody passes their classes, and I'll send out more emails, this time about diplomas, which everybody gets excited about. I will verify diploma names and the diploma address that we have on file. Students can say, hey, Jacqui, I kind of want my middle name to be on there. No problem. We do have a time limit on that. 72 hours is the only time frame that I can change it before Parchment will start sending out those diplomas. So I try and make it as clear as possible to students that if you want to change anything, this is the deadline. We can't change it after that.
Just as soon as you get that email, if you want to change, let you know.
Yep.
Because otherwise it's going to be printed and it's going to be
Yep.
presumably too late to do anything about it. So.
Students can get another diploma. They can get a replacement diploma, but then that's going to cost them $25.
Okay.
And if we
so
can
it's
save
not
them,
impossible, but save you $25 if you get it done
Exactly.
immediately. So, all right, well, very good. Well, we tried to get you to tell us some about your hobbies, and you were a little reticent to throw in too many. because you just like working and doing stuff here at OSU-OKC so much, getting these students graduated.
Yes.
You don't have time for a lot of hobbies. But I think you were willing to say you like doing yard work.
I do.
So what's the appeal? What are some of you got any yard work tricks or tools that you like to share?
Well, if it's in a pot, it'll die.
Okay.
I can't keep anything alive if it's in a pot, but if it's in the ground, I can't kill it. I've tried. I can't.
Okay.
But I just find it really cathartic to be out in the fresh air, just alone with my thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
I love to mow the yard.
Okay.
I gave my husband into trouble so severely that he now asks me before he does it, do you want me to help, or will I just leave it for you? Leave it for me. So
your preference is just you'll handle the mowing, and that gives you some time to work through some of the thoughts of if somebody hasn't turned in their graduation or whatever. You can kind of work through.
And
okay.
what I did earlier this week, was I ran a list of all the Campstone classes that we have on campus.
Mm-hmm.
And I checked to make sure that everybody had submitted a graduation application. And if they hadn't, they're getting an email from me.
They are lucky to have you running back up on that. So that's very good. How did you end up becoming the graduation coordinator here?
Well, originally my higher education career started at UCO.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a student worker there. And during my time as a student worker, the two ladies in graduation said, Jacqui, we're thinking about retiring. We have suggested that you take over the graduation office.
Okay.
So that was my first step. I did that for 10 years and then decided I wanted something different. And I applied for the graduation coordinator here, didn't get it, but I was lucky enough to get into the advising department.
Mm-hmm.
And I did advising for horticulture and vet tech students for 3 years. And then, lo and behold, graduation came available again, and it's my jam.
Yeah.
It's what I was born to do. I mean, I've got a music performance degree.
Oh, okay. Very good.
So I always tell people I'm a musician, but I work in higher education.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because musicians have to work really, really hard to pay the bills.
For sure. So do you still do some performing?
I do. I play with some orchestras, and I play at church every Sunday, and it just keeps up the skills.
Yeah. What is your instrument?
Violin.
Oh, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
So did you play that from like middle school, high school, or when did you start picking it up?
I was 10 when I started, and I was told that that's kind of late, but right through high school, I wanted to be a hairdresser.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden one day I said, you know what, no, I want to be a music teacher.
Okay.
And I do teach privately, or I did before the kids came along.
Mm-hmm.
And I did teach privately for a lot of years. And then I decided I don't think I want to go into the politics of teaching in a high school.
Yeah.
So
So do your private lessons when you can, or maybe you'll pick it back up again. You're right now the kids are young, and
Yes.
that takes a lot of the time, obviously.
Yes.
Did you teach primarily violin? Do you teach other things? I don't know how much that crosses over.
Oh, so primary instrument is violin, secondary is piano,
Oh, okay.
and third would be voice.
Oh, terrific.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, a ton of kids need piano lessons. A ton of kids, I assume, could use voice lessons as well, with all the mini choirs that there are, and
Yes.
from school choirs to church choirs and
Mm-hmm.
other performing outlets as well. Well, that's pretty cool. See, you didn't bring that up in the pre-show. Like, I don't do anything. I mow the yard, which is great. That's a whole other thing. We could have brought up there. That's cool though. So that's exciting to hear. So you were doing music, and then you went to UCO,
Mm-hmm.
got your degree there.
Yep.
And then went from there to the graduation coordinator there, and then bounced over here, and now you're coordinating our graduation here. Well, I'm surprised that like Hung hasn't asked you to sing at the graduation or anything, since they're always looking for somebody to do some performing. Yeah.
Let me tell you
a
little
is this breaking news on the
little tidbit of information? It might be. We actually have a vet tech student who is graduating this summer.
Oh, okay.
And she went to OSSC, and I was looking at her transcript, and I said, let's ask her if she wants to sing the national anthem.
Oh, okay.
So we will be having one of our graduating students sing.
Oh, that's terrific. That's
Yes.
great. That's always nice to see the students getting in there and getting opportunity to perform. So, yeah, I know obviously you're working with our events office and with the registrar. There's a lot of pieces you have to coordinate
Yes.
to make this thing happen, because it's obviously, and then of course there's the whole graduation committee and the faculty and everybody. Do you basically know everybody on campus now from all this? Almost, I would think, because everybody kind of touched graduation in some way.
Yes. I'm good with names or faces, but not both. So it might be a case, no, I don't know that person, and then I'll see them and go, oh, I know who you are.
Right, either have worked with them in person or maybe email or different things. Okay, well, is there anything you think people should know, maybe even people who aren't graduating, who maybe like to come to graduation or get involved? What kind of things would you maybe want to let people know with this big event coming up?
Well, firstly, there are deadlines for applying for graduation. Spring and summer applications are open now, but they will close. Spring closes on April 15th.
Okay.
And that's to make sure that we have enough time to get the programs organized. If students want their names in the programs, they have to apply by the 10th of April.
Okay. Keep that in mind, because if you want to be in there, you're out of time.
And students will list on their application, I want to attend or I do not want to attend. They can change their mind at any point, because I have never had a student come to me and say, Jacqui, I really want to attend graduation. It's always for grandma or my kids, so that it's more for family than the students. So don't be selfish. Just walk the stage for grandma.
All right, walk the stage for grandma, everybody. And you're trying to catch all of them, even the ones that haven't applied. You're trying to get them all filtered in and ready to go.
They've done the work. They've earned the degree, so let's give them the piece of paper.
Absolutely. I mean, that is, in a lot of ways, why we're here. Obviously, the learning goes with you anyway, but we want you to have that degree to hold on to and show everybody. So, okay, well, I think that covers a lot of what we're doing. So just make sure to hit that graduation and transfer fair.
Yes.
Check out the online application. Make sure you apply for graduation. I'd like to thank Jacqui Richardson for being with us today on Orange Slice. This was a lot of fun. And all the stuff about music, didn't even know that coming in at all. So that was brand new information. And then we got a little bit of breaking news, I think, about our graduation performances. So that'll all be great, and we'd love to see as many of you as can come out to graduation on May 10th over at Jim Norick. And of course, we'd like to see you here again next week on Orange Slice. But for Jacqui Richardson, this is Matthew Price. Thank you for watching.